Alright everyone, hope you guys are doing good. My name is Movie Gamer Donto, and this video I'm gonna try to keep it with no jokes. This is a serious video. Alright? I'm gonna try to keep it serious because I'm gonna try to give Dane advice. Alright, more specifically, I'm gonna go over the stages and explain what stages is the right stage to introduce video games to your girlfriend. Alright, now you might be a smooth criminal, you might already have a girl, and I'm not sure what stage you're in it. Either way, this video is for pretty much everyone. Alright, let's get to it. So the first stage, guys, this is when you meet someone. Alright, this is like you're trying to talk to them. This is probably one of the hardest stages. You gotta kind of get yourself out there, and that's pretty much it. Just put yourself out there as much as you can. For me, for example, I went to my cousin's birthday party. I didn't even really want to. I went anyways, and I met one of her coworkers, and that's how we started to, talk and meet together. All right. Speaking of that coworker, a human wingman beats a Dane app any day. Okay. If you're on Dane apps, delete them, uninstall. We don't need that. All right. No algorithm can match having an actual human being represent you. Okay. So if you really have no one to talk to, you can go out somewhere, library, Starbucks. You don't like Starbucks, but don't go to the bars or clubs. Forget that. Those places maybe back then were okay, but now it's just a waste dump, a cesspool. Don't bother. Just radiated people. So find maybe even like Target, shopping places, walk in the park, places where you can bring a friend, have someone with you, and kind of eases the tension. So keep it simple, because remember, we're guys. We're big, strong guys. Okay, to them, if you're talking to them for the first time, they have all these thoughts in their head, like, oh, is this guy a psychopath? He's gonna take me and pass me out, beat me up, throw me out in the river. Like, so we're animals to them. We're just big bears. So please, guys, look friendly, look clean. Doesn't mean you have to be attractive. Just look clean, look presentable. Your Sunday best, in a way. Just have friendliness in your eyes. Eye contact, very important. My wife told me that if I wasn't looking at her with no eye contact, she would just think that I don't feel comfortable around her. So no. So guys, now that you met them and you talk to them, and they just hopefully, it's always going to be chance of them saying no. Okay, don't let that get to you. But now moving on, so you go on those dates. This is your second stage, going to dates. So first stage, clearly don't go up to them. Don't be like, what's that, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Don't talk about Sonic, don't talk about video games right there. Kind of just keep it quick and simple. Hey, you look cool. I'm down to maybe get some coffee, go out, get some food, or if you want to go to the park sometime. Keep it simple like that, just quick. Now that that's over with, second stage, dates. All right, this is still like the honeymoon phase, so you plan your dates to be adventurous. Have maybe be more than one thing. Like I said, go to the park, somewhere in public. You don't want to be at somewhere like where there's no one around. Keep it in public. It can be like an arcade, somewhere fun, somewhere light, and afterwards you can go on, restaurant and talk more there. Okay. So again, you can mention video games, but don't let it consume the conversation just yet. I would say still try to look good. If you've got hobbies like writing, something like creative it like that, maybe even like film, or it could even be like art, music. That's kind of like the stage where you talk more about those hobbies. You can talk about like of course you're gonna talk about if you're in college, what you want to do after college, like stuff like that, stuff that makes you look good. Talk about those things first. All right, the saying "just be yourself" is true. All right, we have many versions of ourselves. All right, so show her the one that's more what's the word, outgoing, more just trying to get down to business. Show her that side of you, but also have fun too at the same time. Just show her, you'll feel the conversation as it changes. Keep it light when it's light, and then when maybe in the date when you're eating and things get more personal and intimate, then you talk about those things. All right, so now that the dates are over, you're moving on to the third stage. Okay, I don't have names for these stages, by the way. Just call it third stage. All right, now in this stage, I should have mentioned this earlier, guys. I'm gonna mention it now. No lust. All right, guys. This, if you're thinking this is like how to hook up with girls, wrong video. Okay, this is you just trying to find that perfect someone that you want to be with for the rest of your life, and how to integrate video games into that relationship. All right, doesn't mean she has to already know how to play video games. It doesn't have to be that. Okay, if she doesn't know how to play video games, that's a great way to show her into your hobby. All right, so if she's not into anime, into other things that you like, don't let that discourage you. You know, it could be an opportunity to teach her that stuff, and then she'll love it. Like, for example, Mia's Godzilla. She had no clue what Godzilla was. She didn't watch any single Godzilla movie, but now she wrote that in her vows. We got married recently. That's why I'm kind of making this video, even though I'm more of a video game movie, channel, even though I'm just starting, but whatever. All right, so enough of that disclosure. Let's go ahead now, talk more about the third stage. So I would say video games that you would say, like, this is the place now where she's hooked. She's like fishing, she's hooked. Now it doesn't matter what you say, you can talk about video games, just let it out, and I would say the first games you should play are probably co-op, some fun co-op games. I think my first game with my wife was Super Mario 3D World on the Switch, and we had a blast. We beat the whole game. We didn't do 100% it, but that doesn't matter as long as we're having fun together. Okay, so something like that, where it's just like a light playground area and you can show her how to play, things like that. Animal Crossing. We also got Unravel 2. You look that game up, I'll put a picture. Unravel 2 is fun. It's a really solid game, I would say. It's a 2D platformer. I would say platformers are your best bets. I mean, there's some shooter games that you could probably play with her, but I don't know. I feel like even my friends is like girlfriends too, like they just not really too good moving like a person and controlling the camera with 2 sticks. So I would much rather choose like those like fun indie games too, like Human Fall Flat, Overcooked, something quick and simple, nothing too serious, and it's co-op, so you're just having fun together. All right, nothing competitive. I think Snipper Clips. We played Snipper Clips a little bit too. That's on the Switch. Another great game. Okay, so after you play those games, you can now move on to like something more serious. To me, what we did was we played It Takes Two. That game, you can say it's like Super Mario 3D World when it comes to just lighthearted fun, but I feel like that game was a bit more challenging because there's just so many like game dynamics going on, so many concepts thrown at you to mix it up, like not almost like gimmicks, but just ways to freshen up the gameplay. So if she's new to video games, it might be pretty hard for her to get like a good grasp on that game, even though the story is really great and some concepts are a lot of fun. I would still kind of wait on that one. Plus, it's a great one once you actually are like deep in a relationship, because it is about a marriage kind of falling apart and then finding its way back together, especially when you have a kid. Okay, another one I would say is LA Noire. Beautiful game. I'm gonna have to make a video on that one someday. LA Noire is a perfect game for her because she's like detective, she's into like that Lifetime, those types of movies. I think LA Noire fits really good with it. It has like great awesome vibe, the music's awesome, and just being a detective out there, finding murders, solving crimes, looking for clues, interrogating people. This is a lot of fun. Even if it is a single player game, we both loved it a lot, and we would just take turns driving or take turns controlling Phillips and stuff. So after that, guys, you're into the 4th stage. This is kind of it. This is like, I would say almost as or even as hard as the first stage, because you have to now this is it. It's not the fun time anymore. It's not like the how can you say, like, it's just not about just the excitement of falling in love. Now you're in love and the work has to come in, arguments are going to come in, and you guys gonna have to do communication really good. It's not, I'm making it sound harder than it is. I think it's just to make sure you guys are ready for it, but it's just communication is really key. Okay, I feel like 99% of our arguments happen because I didn't communicate right. I thought maybe she knew what I was thinking, and vice versa. So either way, and then afterwards just talk it out if something does happen. Red flags to mention too. If you're at this stage and you notice these red flags, like for verbal, physical abuse, if she's cheated on someone in the past, or if she's cheated like in your relationship now, those are just, yeah, just throw the relationship in the trash. Okay. Other things too, like if she just shouts at you a lot, talks down, doesn't really listen to you when you want to, like, you know speak your mind, that's bad. All right, as the guys, yeah, sometimes we got to bottle it in just to have the relationship kind of still going good. But eventually, if things are not going good and you want to talk your mind, make sure she can, not get aggressive. I would also say she will get mad, she will go give you the silent treatment. That's not a big deal. Okay, wait a day, give her time, and then you guys can talk it out. Even texting, sometimes it feels like texting can work it out better because you have a better way of, time to just formulate your thoughts. Okay, so I would say just don't assume relationships are perfect and that's the one you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. No, okay, you're gonna have your times where you're gonna have to, communicate and talk about some heavy topics. All right. As to video games, I would say, yeah, you're already playing video games with her. Great hobby. It's awesome. Like, I think it's really strengthened my relationship, and I think it can strengthen a lot more relationships. It's like Nintendo too. Like, if you remember back in the Wii era with Wii Sports, like it's a great way to build a community, build friendships, build family, and of course find that special someone. So at this stage, maybe if you still have some old consoles and old games, let her play them. Right now we have the Wii hooked up and we're playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We're playing Subspace Emissary, and it's just an incredible story mode game that is co-op, and she can see some other characters from Nintendo that I got to grow up with. Stuff like Captain Falcon, Olimar, like Pikmin, and then there's also like Pokemon, because she didn't know too much about Pokemon. Of course, like Pit, other Mario characters, Metroid. So I can go on and on. All right, if you're not a Nintendo gamer, then maybe check Sony and Xbox. I'm sure they have something because I don't really have their consoles right now. But anyways, guys, just kind of want to end this video saying this. I was a few years back, thought I was a total loser. I thought I was just, something in me was just not attractive to women. Like, just women were not attracted to me. And I thought I was just gonna end up being alone for the rest of my life. I was seeing my friends have girlfriends, and I just felt stuck. Like, I just didn't really see anyone I wanted, and it just felt pointless to even try. Dating apps, definitely, I was using those years ago, and just it wasn't helping me. I did have a relationship, but she was toxic, and my friends thankfully explained to me it was toxic, that's just how it was. But trust me, guys, it's not like those red flags I mentioned. All right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have my first kiss till like senior in high school, and I was like a virgin for a good chunk of my 20s. So, if I can find my wife, then you can too. All right, just gotta be patient, endure it, and have video games in the back of your mind. But like I said, it's like fishing. You gotta know when to reel it in. Okay, second stage, late second stage to early third stage is like that sweet spot. But all right, guys, second video done. Hope you liked it. Be good out there. Take care out there. Be strong. Love you guys. Love each other.